these are the exciting new live events that we're going to be doing, right, Melissa?
Yes.
And we're presenting endless possibilities of how you can align with the law of attraction and shape the future for a better version of you. And isn't that what we all want? We want to just continue to grow and prosper in our life and be the best version of ourselves. So yeah, here we are, just doing these lives every once a month. We'll get on here and we can give you all our little tips and tricks that we use to apply the law of attraction teachings. And yes. Anything, Melissa, on your side? Did you want to, before we get going, because we're going live from your side, just want to make sure, do you want to wait for anybody to come on? Is there anything that we need to wait for, or are we good to get going?
Yeah, I think we just jump right in. If you're joining us live, pop a 1 in the comments if you're new to the law of attraction teachings, or you have not had much success so far. And pop a number 2 if you have seen some synchronicities and manifested little things in your life. And a 3 if you're a manifesting master. If you've been manifesting amazing things, we want to celebrate with you. So definitely pop a 3. Let us know where you're from, and we will definitely check through the comments after this session as well. If you're watching on the replay, you could put in #replay if you have any questions as we go along. Again, we'll check in after this live to answer any questions you have as well.
Excellent. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, definitely. If, we always want to celebrate people's success. I think this is like a very powerful thing to do, right, Melissa?
So powerful.
Yeah, so powerful. So any stories you want to share with us? Any questions anybody has throughout, we might not be able to answer them through this presentation. However, at the end, we will definitely take the time to sit down and answer any questions. And if we have time at the end, maybe we'll do a question and answer. Let's just see how time goes at the moment. We have a full-on presentation here. So it's all about our thinking, believing, and receiving. We're giving you tips that you can apply in your daily life. And yeah, we're just excited to share with you, really. So shall we get going?
Yes.
Let's jump in. Let's do it. So we've introduced ourselves already. I am a law of attraction practitioner. I'm also a mindset coach. I'm also an author. You can check me out on Facebook under Anthea Morphetis if you want to connect. Also my website, antheamorphetis.com. So this is the beautiful Melissa here with us, also founder of the Law of Attraction and the Secret Group. You probably all know that because you are part of the group already. But people who don't know, this is Melissa right here, right now with us. So let's start with, what is the Law of Attraction? For those of you who are pretty new to the Law of Attraction, simply put, the Law of Attraction says that you attract that you will attract into your life whatever you focus on, whatever you give your energy and attention to will come back to you. So if you stay focused on the good and the positive things in your life, you will automatically attract more good and positive things back into your life and get great results, really. It's you know, we have been programmed to really focus on the negatives. You hear the news, you hear so much going on out there, and everyone gets worried and fearful, and you know, it's nobody's to blame at the end of the day, because it's just what's around us. But if you can, you know, you can flip your focus away and focus on something that feels good to yourself, you will straight away notice differences in your life. So right, Melissa, it's really powerful, right? Because you focus on things that, you know, especially in what's happened in the past year or so, and people have gone through so much fear, so much has happened, but actually we can find other things to focus on. There is so much to focus on, and it doesn't have to be the negative. So anything you'd like to say on that, Melissa?
Yeah, you know, it's all about what's happening within us, you know, and how we're experiencing life from within, because we are always manifesting. Sometimes I may have my focus shift to a worry or fear thought and manifest a headache, and that does not feel good. And that reminds me to get back in alignment and to focus on the good and tune back into faith and believing. So again, we're always manifesting whatever we're thinking about, we're manifesting situations and circumstances into our life. I think that's really important to understand right off the bat. The law of attraction's
Absolutely.
always working.
Always 24/7, right? It's not like there's a switch somewhere you can switch it on, you can switch it off. It doesn't work like that.
Nope.
Yeah, it's continuous. It's absolutely, we are energy beings, we're emanating continuously. So on that note, everything we speak about, everything we feel, we're continuously attracting. And actually, well, I won't go any further because actually we've got lots of this around to the presentation. Otherwise, I'll do the whole presentation now. So I'll work with what's coming along. I just get excited, and I know Melissa gets excited too. But you're right. Off the back of things, it's very important to understand that we are emanating 24/7. There isn't a switch that you can put on and off, and awareness is so key. So we're going to share 3 tips with you on thinking, believing, and receiving. And what we'll do first of all is we'll start with a little story that what's when you get into that flow of feeling good and understanding yourself, things that actually happen, they can happen so quickly, so fast. I mean, like we said, you're manifesting all the time, so every moment's a manifestation. But when I say you manifest quickly, I mean in the things that you've asked for. So I'll give you a quick story from my side, something that happened just probably around maybe a couple of months ago that's just sat with me. And I just, it was, so I was speaking, I work alongside, or shall I say, I've done a lot of Dr. Joe Vitale's courses. I'm certified by Dr. Joe Vitale and Dr. Steve G. Jones. Dr. Joe Vitale's from The Secret. Probably a lot of you guys know him from there. And I was part of one of the groups, and I just said to somebody one night, oh, how nice would it be if Dr. Joe Vitale recognized the work that I've done, because I've been certified by him with many different certifications, and I followed him for a while, followed his work. I look up to what he does and who he is and everything that he does. And I just said to somebody, it would be so nice if I could connect with him and speak with him. And he recognized my work. And that was, let's say, for argument's sake, I don't remember the days, let's just say that was a Monday. And then I thought, well, actually, let me write this down. So I wrote down how nice it would be to connect with Dr. Joe Vitale and that he recognized my work. Well, the next day, I was just like relaxing on the sofa. And then all of a sudden, something told me, get on Facebook. And I kind of questioned myself with it. And I thought, just go on Facebook. So I jumped on Facebook, and there was Dr. Joe Vitale live. He was doing a live presentation. And I'd never, ever seen him on social media live before. That was the first time. So I was like, wow. And anyway, while he was speaking, I just said, hi, I've done your courses, I'm an author, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, he says, wow, let's all stop for a minute. I just want to recognize, and he said, Anthea Morphetis, for taking action.
Wow.
She published these books and she's certified herself. And he went for everything that we'd spoken about. And I was like, oh, wow. Wow. So we got talking. Now, remember, only 24 hours before that, I had just written it down and asked and spoken to someone. 24 hours later, it happened. So that's the power of this. When me and Melissa were just actually saying, when you release, you ask and you release. I didn't think any more about it. I literally had the conversation, wrote it down, and I didn't say anything else about it. That was the end of it. Next thing you know, 24 hours later, manifestation. So that's how easily you can get what you want. So over to you, my lovely, to tell your story too. One of your stories, one of your hundreds.
I know I should write them all down. I don't know. Yeah, there's probably up there about that, hundreds of stories. What a
Absolutely.
powerful story, and congratulations on everything that you've manifested.
Thank you.
Yeah, because, really it's such a testimony to how the law works. You think, you believe, you take action when you're inspired and open up to receive. And sometimes that's how it works, on some things. I've
Absolutely.
also manifested random checks in the mail from places I would have never imagined receiving money from. And for me, it happened with a simple affirmation that I love that feels so good and so powerful. Money comes easily and often from so many new sources. And I would say this affirmation, I would think it, I would feel it, and I would feel so excited. Like the money was like, I could like visualize it coming through the mail to me, And I literally have received many checks for no apparent reason. I still don't know why I received them, from companies I never expected. So it can work like that too. And both ways are just as amazing, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, Melissa. Yeah, affirmations are a great way of doing things. And, I think we said before, when you're speaking, every word that you speak is an affirmation. You're continuously affirming. So if we're saying like, I don't get any sales, then that's an affirmation that you don't get any sales. The universe hears, I don't have any sales. So you just can completely keep getting what you're saying. So it's always really good to be aware of what you're thinking and what you're saying. And I just want to congratulate you too on, on what you've just shared with us, because I've heard a lot of people say, oh, it's, it doesn't work like that, but it does work like that.
Yeah.
It really does. It's, especially when you're not attached to the outcome and you're just saying it through purity of just feeling good. You just want to feel good. And I think that's really powerful to take on board, because when you're doing something because you want something to happen and you're attached to the outcome, you actually block the energy from it manifesting, right?
Yeah.
But if you can detach yourself from the outcome and just say, you've just said it, you're playing games. It's like, this is the game of life, really.
Yeah.
Like, right? Yeah, it's a game of life.
I just wanted to have some fun.
Yeah. And sometimes it's so good to just like, just try these things. It's like you roll the dice and see what number you get. Like I've done it before, where I say, oh, I would love, let me see if I can get a number 4, roll the dice and I get a number 4. And someone could say, yeah, well, that's just like coincidence. I personally don't believe in coincidences, because that then says that the law of attraction doesn't work 24/7 and there's another source of something, where actually coincidences it's somebody broke it down. I don't want to say it because I don't remember how it was said to me, so I'm not going to say it. But yeah, it is very powerful, and just to affirm, just be so aware of what you're saying, and have those checks rolling in like Melissa. We love those stories. They just
welcome them in. And I just have to say hello quickly to Maquette and Erica. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi. Hiya. So we were saying thoughts and emotions and self-belief are obviously extremely important. So the better you feel and the more conscious you are of what you are thinking, the easier it becomes to manifest, as we've just explained.
So powerful. So powerful.
So what seems to be the problem? So many people struggle to align with the law of attraction to get what they want. We want to show you ways that will help you attract and live the life you want and deserve, because this is a big part. It's deserving. And I think I was just saying the other day, with deservability or self-love, we've been in our bodies all these years, and we can say, oh, we love our mobile phone, or we love this. We find it hard to love ourselves. It's like,
that's a good point.
Right?
That's such a good point. I love my phone. It keeps me connected to everyone. But that level of loving our
Yeah.
very being we've been existing in. I've been existing in this being for 45 years,
Right.
you know? So yeah,
Right.
powerful point, Anthea.
Right. And it literally dawned on me yesterday. I said, hang on a sec, 1 minute. We love all these things, and so many of us find it hard to love ourselves. Well,
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
number one is love you. Your
Mm,
body carries you everywhere.
yeah.
You know, it does so much. Like right now, we can connect without our physical being.
Mm,
We can't pick up a phone. You know, we couldn't do anything because we wouldn't exist. We would cease to exist.
yeah.
So, yeah, just a nice realization, and it made me feel like I want to
Yeah,
love
that feels
myself.
good. Hug yourself out there. Everybody, give yourself a big hug. Give yourself some props. You know, you're here, you're doing it, you're in this life, and we're so glad. We're so glad that we can be here with you, exchanging energy in this group. I think about that so often, like how beautiful that is.
And you
Such an
say that a lot,
amazing
actually.
community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. What you know, you're always saying that the energy, you love the group. It's
Yeah.
one of the, yeah, and I love that you feel that way, because
Yeah.
I feel it when you say it, Melissa. Like I really feel it, and I
Mm.
know that your heart and soul is in this group, and
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, the passion behind teaching these teachings, and I love it. It's just so nice. It is. It's a perfect co-creation, shall we say?
Yeah, we're so blessed to be here together. That's something great to celebrate. You know, we're here, we're now, we're together. It feels good. Feels good to think about
Yeah.
things that feel good.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. So, so we want to show you ways that you can attract and live a life that you want and deserve, as we just said. So the outcome on this is clarity to why things may not be working in your favor, and tips and actions to turn that around. Because yeah, a lot, you know, there is, I think we just said, I know I keep going off track, on track, but off track. We were just saying just before we jumped on, you know, it's all energy, and you know when something doesn't feel right, you
Yeah.
feel it, and that's the main point here, is feeling something. So you could hide it and say to yourself, oh no, I'm thinking good thoughts, and you know, I don't understand why it didn't turn out this way, or it didn't turn out that way. And you see a different outcome, and not saying that a different outcome is a bad thing, because it's not always going to turn out exactly how you want it, but normally it will turn out better than what you expected.
Yeah,
So
I
you
think
know,
the
sorry,
key there is acknowledging our feelings and our emotions, that they're telling us something. They're signaling what's happening within us. And when we come home to ourselves and fully reconnect, mind, body, and spirit connected, that feels so good, right? Just to think about reconnecting within. And as Anthea said, loving yourself, loving your complete being unconditionally. That already feels so much better, doesn't it? Such a
doesn't it?
beautiful place to exist from. And then when you're connected within, you can open to clarity and, you know, intentionally live your day to day.
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree with that, Melissa. It's so true. Yeah, and you can receive clarity all day, every day, if you're aware.
Yes,
Put your
yes.
blinkers on, and you can't, you know, the awareness gets taken away. But open your eyes, open your awareness, open your heart, open your spirit to receiving, to seeing. Ask the questions. You know, if you ask, every question has an answer. So if you're asking questions like, why isn't this working out for me? Then that question will have an answer to it. So you will be shown in different, within people, circumstances, events, to why it's not working out. So you flip that over and you say, wow, why is everything always working out for me?
Yeah.
Then that's another question, you know, and acknowledging that things are working out for you. That question is now going to bring back to you why things are working out for you. And I think that's, you know, our questions are a big part of our life also. I mean, that's what we were saying, there's so much to cover. You know, we could talk all day and
Yes.
right, there's so
Really
much to
good.
cover. Yeah, we're just trying to break it down as much as we possibly can. Hence the presentation, to keep on track and be able to say, you know, have a good tip by tip and step by step, shall we say. So every thought, belief, and choice are co-creating your life experience. So tip one, the thoughts by themselves are very powerful, but they're attracted to you by the law of attraction, absolutely. But our emotions also play a big, I don't want to say massive part. I don't want to say big, I want to say massive part in this. How we feel is so important. So the trick is to align your thoughts and emotions to be of one of the same. And then, you know, like we said earlier, take action, but not take action through desperation, through being worried. Take aligned action, which aligned action will feel good. It's a good feeling, right? It's inspired. You, like I said with Dr. Joe Vitale, I felt inspired to go on my phone and jump on Facebook. Now, had I ignored that, I would have missed that opportunity. Now, would it have happened again? I don't know, because I haven't been, actually, I can honestly say it hasn't happened since then, because I haven't stated that again. So maybe I wouldn't have known to have to state it again, but it's an aligned action that I took. And I, you know, and that's a feeling. It was a feeling. It felt so good to think of what it would feel like to have Dr. Joe Vitale recognize my work. And he did. So that's what I mean when we say thoughts and emotions to be aligned. Get your thoughts in the same feeling as the same emotions as your thoughts feel the same. Like if it's an angry thought, you're not going to feel good. If it's a good thought, you're going to feel good. And that's when you know to take action. So we'll say, how do we do this? By becoming conscious and aware of your thoughts, the thoughts that you think. I don't think I've got this in here, but I just want to say, if you stop throughout your day and think, what am I thinking? Ask yourself, what am I thinking? Right?
Yeah, I think it's really great to do a self check-in throughout the day. And that's something I've learned to practice, along with naming my emotions, which is something not everybody is taught. Naming your emotions, doing a self check-in when you're not feeling good and happy, and, going to the root of what's behind that to, reconnect within again.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. That's that stop and check,
Yeah.
stop and pause, right?
Yes, I love that. Pause, press pause.
Pause, just press pause for a minute.
What's triggering you? Anyone out here ever feel triggered? Put that in the comments, and those triggers, the emotions are letting us know that something's triggered within us, within our very being. This is about living this life and experiencing this life from within, and what's going on within us is co-creating what we're experiencing being manifested in our physical reality. So it's so powerful to be in tune with, recognizing what you're feeling, what is the thought behind the feeling, because the thoughts are producing how we're feeling. If we're thinking, I don't have enough time, we're going to feel stressed and pressured and rushed and anxious. And, it can bring up all these different emotions. So when I'm feeling rushed and stressed, I got to breathe, pause. Okay, where's this coming from? I'm feeling like I don't have enough time. Okay, I can breathe through that. I can move through that. Or I could just continue on the path of feeling stressed and rushed and pressured, and that's not going to go well for me. So pause and breathe feels so much better. Do a self check-in. And how can we shift through this? Identify what's going on. Yeah, that feels so much better.
Doesn't it just? No, I totally agree with that. And I think you just covered here, like, we're saying, get in touch with your senses and veer away from distractions and keep yourself focused and do that stop and pause and actually just exactly what Melissa just said. And, does anyone, like, put in the comments below if you ever get to that point where you feel like I don't have enough time, I feel stressed. Just let us know how you're feeling, or what, and if there's any problems that you feel that it's an over and over again that you keep on experiencing, and maybe we can guide you, we can help you. So yeah, like another thing that I find extremely powerful is to meditate. Start the day off with meditation. And I know many people say another thing again, I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Well, we've all got the same 24 hours in the day.
True.
And yeah, we can't, even if we ask, one thing the universe can't give us is more time. It's kind of one of those things where there's 24 hours. It's just what you can do in those 24 hours that's going to make a difference in your life. So if you wake up at 8 a.m. in the morning, if that's the normal time you wake up and that's your routine, or wake up 20 minutes beforehand and just take that time to just start your day off with a nice peaceful mind. Because again, like Melissa was saying, it all comes from within. So every answer you are seeking is within you. So by having that, starting your day with that silence and just being able to connect to your higher self, you'll find that you can start a day in such a more calm way, and you will probably find that the day will go better. And because your awareness, you'll raise your awareness, which is something that we should all really push towards, is raising our awareness, and work on your breathing. I know that I like me and Melissa was saying, actually, we both can speak really fast. Yeah. And I think we forget to breathe, right?
Yeah. We get so excited and so passionate about the law of attraction teachings and life, and it feels good to breathe. Yeah, that's such a great reminder to breathe. Yeah. And I got to say a quick hi to Sarah joining us. Thanks for joining us, honey. We see you.
Hi, Sarah. Hope you enjoy. So yeah, I think I mentioned earlier, be mindful of your thoughts. We said stop, think about what you're thinking about. It's so important to do that. So and the next part is get clear on what you want. Think of yourself as a giant magnet.
I love that guy.
Brilliant, right? Giant magnet.
So fun. Yeah, magnetize the fun. Bring on the fun, like this guy here.
He's brilliant, right? When I first started when I first come across The Secret and just the teachings in general, and I heard the magnet, I really used to sit to myself and I used to imagine myself in this field, in a big, massive field. I never used to just imagine that. I used to go to the field and do this, right? And I used to pretend that I was a magnet, and I would stand like this and I'd be like, what? So every thought, and I would imagine the thoughts just hitting me, like literally, like I'm this magnet and these things are being pulled to me and they're whacking me. So every thought was like literally attacking me. So I was like, so what thoughts do I want to be like that? And what thoughts do I not want? So the thoughts that I don't want, right? You can write them down and actually recognize them, and then you can question those thoughts, which is another really good technique to use on yourself. Because we have between 60 and 80,000 thoughts a day, so you can imagine, like, right?
So huge. When I heard that, my mind was blown.
Like 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day.
That's a lot.
I think I might be an exception, because I think I've stopped my mind thinking so much that I know every thought that happens.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is there exceptions to this?
I love that you said that, because I feel a difference between 17 years ago, what my mind was like, and what my mind is like now. What my mind is like now feels more peaceful. Sure, I have moments, we're human, but for the most part, such a different experience. My mind feels good. It doesn't feel like I have a million thoughts running through my head like I did 17 years ago, when it was so much negative thoughts. When you shift and retrain your mind to think in a new way, it just feels so good. Like it feels so much more peaceful in my head. Yeah, you don't, I don't like that 60 to 80 thoughts. I'm sure I still have that many thoughts, but it just feels so different. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels more like around maybe about 500.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. No, you're right. You know, compared to what it was, exactly what you just said, Melissa. Like when I think of how my thought process was before and how
Mm,
many negative, it was all just so negative. But it was
mhm,
funny because I always had this smile on my face, but inside my head was continuously like, this is going to go wrong, or why is that
mm,
person this, or why is this that? And every was a blame game. It was like the world
mm.
blamed for everything. And actually,
Yeah.
it's not like that. It's down to ourselves, and we really are in control of how we think, how we feel, what we do, how we want to act, how we want to carry ourselves. A good
Mm,
friend of mine used to say to me, Anthea, put the jacket on, take the jacket off. You can actually put the jacket on of happiness, take the jacket off. Put the jacket on of sadness, take it off. You can go through each role. Like we're
mm,
actors in that sense. Like we all have an acting role that we can do, you know. So it's throughout your day, you can, if you're putting the jacket on of anger, then you know, just know your thoughts are going to be very angry. You
mm,
don't have to go through that. There is processes, you like what we're teaching you right now, the meditation, the stop, the think,
mm.
question your thoughts. This, everything we've said thus far is something that you can literally apply to your life daily,
Yes.
and it
Yes.
will make a difference. And I can tell
Absolutely.
you 100%, right, guaranteed, once you stop, you wake up in the morning and you just start your day with a quietness and just
Mm,
understand what's going on and just let those thoughts just go. Just watch them just disappear, just let them flow away until you come to peace. And you
mhm,
start your day off like that. You start your day off in appreciation and be
mm.
thankful that you've got another day to live, because
Yeah.
you won't know when you wake up. You won't, let's say when you wake up, you won't know that you don't have the next day. If you, the day you pass, you won't
Mm,
know that next day you're not going to be there to be able to say thank you, because you would have gone the night before. So if that makes sense, does that make sense?
mhm. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, totally. And I love the point of intending the way you start your day, and that kind of sets you off on the right path for your day. And if you get off the path, you can always get back on the path by pressing pause and recentering those thoughts and, identifying the feelings. And, you know, the thoughts are going to produce the feeling. So if you want to feel good, thinking thoughts that feel good, and gratitude and love and appreciation all feel the best, right? Like when you tune into that frequency, you're on the frequency of all the good you desire, because all the good you desire is going to feel so good to have. So, but the immediate benefit is you're going to feel good. So it's a win-win, really,
Isn't
which
it
is why
just?
it's so beautifully designed, right? The law of
Yeah,
attraction teachings tell us to feel, good, to welcome in more good. So it's a win-win. There's nothing to lose. Think thoughts that feel good to feel good. Think thoughts of appreciation and gratitude and love and bless everything and everyone. Love and bless yourself, give yourself all that love you have to give. Give yourself the freedom and the space to think and feel and be and exist and connect within. All of the greats have said, go within.
absolutely.
Yeah. So it's all
Absolutely.
happening through us. And that self-responsibility piece to me was so liberating. Like I have a choice, I have say. It's not things are just happening to me. No, things are happening through me. And I have say. I can choose to put that jacket on of happiness. I can choose my thoughts. That feels so good. All right, back to you.
Excellent. I love it, but you're so on point. Yeah, I love what you just said, and it's so true. It is so true. It's a choice. It's all a choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the clearer we are, the faster we can achieve results, and that is truth. Is in anything, whether it's a whether you're being clear about something you don't even realize that you don't want, and you're saying it in a way that you think that, you know, you're saying, I don't want this, I don't want that. If you're being very clear about it, you will get it. You will get it very quickly. And but then in the same breath, we'll switch it over to something you do want. If you're being very clear and precise about it, you will receive that quite quickly too. And I think, again, I can refer back to the Joe Vitale situation. I was just very clear, very precise, and I just let it go, and bam, next day, 24 hours, I'm experiencing it. So we believe in aligning with the law of attraction and shifting experiences. We must be clear, and any energy blocks and unconscious limiting beliefs that continue to hold you back from taking action, the shift is internal. So yes, we're really coming to tip one already. Well, I say already, I mean as in we're coming to tip one now. Yeah. So if you're clear and you haven't, let's start again. If you are not clear and haven't defined what you want, then you'll struggle to attract what you want. You kind of get anything come back to you because you're not being clear and precise in what you're talking about. So everything is a mirror reflection of your internal thoughts, emotions, and energy. It's like getting in the car without a destination. Where are you going? Like, honestly, where are you going? You know, you can go for a drive, absolutely, but you always know your home destination. You know where you're going home to. So so it's, you know, set your sat nav every day, set your intention, just know what you'd want, but that day, know how you want to feel, know what things you would like to experience, and your action step. So set a goal for the month. I like this. So I put this together because it actually excites me, and it's so true. Again, I'll refer back to what we said, like, you know, when you're being clear and precise, you literally get what you want. So think of a goal that you would like for the month. You want it to be definite, you want it to be measurable, you want it to be time sensitive, like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is for you. I mean, I say for the month, but if it's something that you think could take longer, it could be, you know, you might want to pass your driving test, as in you want to start taking lessons. That could be something that's going to take longer than a month. So, you know, it's down to you really, but you want it to be clear, and you want to write your goal down. And you want to know, and how will you know that you've achieved your goal? Ask yourself this question, like, how will you know? Well, you've written it down and you've said how you've been definite about it. How will you know? So it's so clear that you can, write it down, that it's so clear that you can tell someone else and they can repeat it back to you. So you want it to be excited. You want to be excited about it. This is a goal that's important to you. Maybe to your loved ones, maybe to your career, maybe to your life, maybe to your business. But you want that goal that makes you jump up in the morning and get you out of bed. And I'll give you an example, is actually doing these presentations. Just having this put together, I know between myself and Melissa, we've been so excited. And literally, right. And, you know, putting the presentation together, I was literally getting out of bed in the morning, so excited to work on it, right? And everything, all the stuff that's come together to this point. Melissa's done lots of her emails and put lots of like things together. I know she uses Canva to put, I'm trying to think what they're called now, just like little, not presentations.
Posts,
Posts, thank you.
The posts,
Yes. I mean, there's been so much that we've put together, but it's been an exciting process. So we're both excited to get up in the morning. We're both excited to set a meeting to speak to each other. And we're fired up. So if this goal, make sure that it's something that gets you so excited that when you wake up, you're like, yes, I cannot wait to get going, to take some action towards this goal. And actually, another thing is, when you write your goal down, always put down, and I find this really quite cool, is I want this goal or something better.
I love that. I love that.
Right?
So powerful.
So powerful. So powerful. So, and don't worry about the how for now. So feel the emotion of what it feels like to achieve this goal. Create a visual in your mind, like when you're writing your goal down, what does that look like to you? What does it feel like to you? Like, really feel it. You know, these things when you do this, you can feel, we often say we get goosebumps, you feel the goosebumps run through
yeah.
your body, right?
Yeah,
So,
your spirit knows. Your spirit knows.
yes.
When
So
it's from your passion, you know, yeah,
yes.
you'll feel
Yes.
the resonance. Yeah.
Yes. And that's, you know what, that's perfect. What you've just said, you feel the resonance with it.
Yeah.
Feel that in you. You know if something's not right. You know, you just know. Like,
Yeah.
if you be honest with yourself, like, you know if it's not right. Your gut will tell you. You feel it inside, and it's churned. It does that, and you know that it's not what's right for you. And then so many people, and I'm included, how I used to just ignore my intuition. And I think, oh, that's just me being silly. No, it's not. It's not you being silly. It's your inner being speaking to you. It's telling you you're not aligned. If you was aligned with what your spirit felt and thought, then you'd get the goosebumps and you'll know it's right?
I love that. I love that feeling.
It's the best, right? Really.
Yeah. And it's so important to get clear on what you actually desire, whether it's intentions that feel good to set, or a goal, or, you know, just the idea of identifying your desires, you know, whatever feels good. If you don't know what you desire, how can you call it in? How can you open up to receive it? So give yourself permission to dream and imagine and think. You know, everything begins with a thought.
Yes.
Everything, literally.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yep. Our laptops, our phones, our bottles of water, our paper, our sofas, everything you can think of started with a thought. Nothing come into existence without a thought. So everything, right? Everything, whether it's a car, whether it's a fan, whether it's the floorboards, whether it's I'm trying to look around, like our socks, our clothes, whatever it is.
Somebody thought to make it, and then believed that they could. You know, they imagined and believed, and they either spoke it or wrote it. Somehow it was designed, right? So isn't it amazing to think that we have the same power within us? All of us, all of you have the same power.
There's
within
no exception. There's no exception.
Yeah. I think that is, I feel that, like, I feel that so strong, you know, the same power to imagine what you desire, to give yourself permission to think and dream and believe and open up to possibility. Everyone has unlimited potential and possibility and ability waiting to be discovered within.
Yes.
And opening up.
Anything, right?
Yeah, literally, I fully believe that. I've definitely been in that place where, and share stories if anyone else out here has been in this place where you think something or you say something and then it happens, right? Like, I have so many stories about that. And it's a lot of little things. I've also manifested my dreams coming true in so many big ways, big things happening. But those little things feel just as good, literally, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's things that you can, the little things, like I think one of the biggest one, I say the biggest one of the most common known ones is, you know, you think of somebody calling you and they call you. Maybe you haven't spoken to them for a long time. And that's a connection, it's a frequency, it's our energy. And you know, but if you were to think of somebody, like you wanted to speak to someone and you kept on just, you started doubting it, think, oh, they would never call me, and you know, it just, you went in the other direction of things, it wouldn't have connected. But because you just think to yourselves, oh, I haven't spoken to that person for ages, and you let it go, right? You don't think anything of it, and within like 24 hours you're getting a call, the first thing you say is, oh my goodness, I was just thinking about you. I was just thinking about you. And because you think like, you know, you feel like they're not going to believe me, but actually I
Yeah.
was. But no, it happens. And that's probably the best example you can give to the small things working out. But if like we were just saying, like if it's something like you want to create an aeroplane and you're the first person that to create this new type of aeroplane, it's not going to happen overnight because there's so much more that goes into it. Like if you want to build a house, you're not going to think to yourself, I want to build a house. The next day, a house is just going to go from scratch and appear. No, there's steps towards that. Yeah. So it's taking those actions. So it could be that you first think, I would love to build myself a house and I want this particular house. And you start writing it down, you get all the things together. But the first draft you do of it doesn't mean that's the final draft. You can change it as you go along. And then you don't have the builders at that point. You don't have all the team in place at that point. It's just an idea. But then from there, you start meeting the right people, you connect with the right people. And as you go along, right, it starts to unfold and you go and then you become part of the process. You are the house in that sense. You become that because you're now working in alignment with what you've asked for and you're not doubting the process. You're saying, this is what I want, this is what I'm going to go and get, and this is this is the process. And you might think to yourself, you want it this way, and then you get a designer comes along and says, well, actually, you know, it'll be better off doing it this way because of the way the plot of land is or whatever it is. And, you know, it doesn't mean that you're going to go, oh, forget it, I'm not doing it no more. No, you just work alongside it. But there's a process. And at one point, it will become what you see it to become. And if you ever watch those programs on TV with like building a house from scratch, and you watch the process, it's so interesting to see where someone sits with just a piece of paper, plain piece of paper, and they start from there. And then you watch the process. And at the end, you've got this beautifully built home. And that started off with just plain piece of land, you know. So, and that's with everything in life that you want. You know, when in your house, if you want to go shopping, say you've gone down to like you've only got a few bits left in the house, and the cupboards are empty, and then you go out shopping and you bring back all the parts, and then your cupboards are full. Now, that wasn't like that. If you didn't have the thought and you didn't take the action to go and do the shopping or have your shopping delivered, whatever it is that you do, that, you know, you wouldn't get to that point. So everything has a journey. So don't, like, if you can, you know, like I said right at the beginning, self-love and deservability, just know that you've asked and you will receive, but there is a process to some things that are bigger than just like asking somebody, wanting to speak to somebody. Process in between. So so I think we've just done that part. So the next part, so we have conscious thoughts and unconscious thoughts. The inner critic is the subconscious voice that tells you you can't do it, or you're not good enough. But like we just said, you can do it, and you are good enough. You are. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, you are good enough. And it's actually the manifestation of all of those limiting beliefs that you have in your system, and that stop you from doing these things. So they must be dealt with. Like, these things really do need to be looked at. So like I said here, it's like, you know, people say, is this the reason why I'm not manifesting what I want? Yes, because of those unconscious limiting beliefs that you can bring to your awareness. You can actually listen to what your thoughts are telling you. If it's saying you want to do something, you feel yourself stopping and not doing that, it's because something in your subconscious is not letting you. But you can absolutely push that, right? You can do whatever it is you want to do. There is no limit. And I really want to emphasize this because, like, especially like how everybody's been at home of late, how many people have done things they would never normally have done? Right?
Definitely. Pop in the comments if you have done anything that you would have never done, if you've been able to, through this time, accomplish something that you're excited about through this time. Yeah. And
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, I just come to my mind. I bet you people have written books. There's so
yes,
many people that said they wanted to write a book. I bet you took this time. Please tell us.
yes,
Like, we'd
yes,
love to know anything that you've done that you would never normally have done, but
yeah.
because it's been like at home, lockdown,
Yes. So
right?
much time at home. Yes. Yeah. I actually wrote my first book last year through this time. Yeah. Super exciting. Becoming Abundantly You. And that felt really good. It was something on a list of, on my vision board from 20 years ago or maybe 15 years ago, that I had just written down, someday I want to write a book, and forgot all about it, and just felt the inspiration and the urge. Having the time last year felt really good. And sometimes just doing the thing that you said, someday I want to do, and really like feeling the celebration for that, like, feels really good. Another story about when there's things blocking you within, that's why it's so important to be in tune with ourselves and reconnect with ourselves within. There was something last year that I really wanted to do, and I was really feeling like unrest or unhappiness about not being able to do it. And I knew it was something in me that was stopping me or blocking me. And when I started with the surface feelings and went deeper, I was able to identify what was blocking me from moving forward and doing this thing I really wanted to do. And that felt so good. Now, through the process, not always, right? Like, sometimes you got to like sift through that stuff, and, that might not feel pretty or good for a minute.
Yes.
But giving yourself the unconditional love to move through that process, so worth it. So worth it, right?
Absolutely. When you push past these things and
Yeah.
you just realize that it's just a feeling, it's just an emotion, it's just thought. You don't have to be attached to them. You can move past them. You can, like, you hear so many people say, I want to write a book, and it's just it comes down to just start writing. And I promise you, Melissa can tell you too, once you start writing that book, it feels so good.
Yeah,
And
it's
don't
so
worry,
fun.
and don't worry how you're going to publish it. Everything is shown to you along the way. You won't have all the answers right now. You just don't. It doesn't work like that. You don't just, like, everything is in front of you and you've got every way that it's going to come together. You don't. You just trust the process. As you go along, you meet the right people that make the process come together, and you work alongside people, or you take advice, or whatever it is. You're attracting continuously. So if you're thinking to yourself, right, I now need a publisher, you will find, you will attract a publisher, or somebody will have a conversation, or you'll hear something, especially with now being online. It's, it's easy, it's so much easier to actually attract these things to yourself. Like 20 odd years ago, we didn't have this. So being able to do things was actually, we felt we had to really go out and look for it. And now it's all
such a different.
So different. Tip of your fingers, huh? Like Google everything. Like I often, like, with my son is like a computer whiz kid. He knows, he's amazing at this stuff. And I would say to him, oh, Alex, I need help with this. And he says, Mum, Google. And I say, no, I want you to help me. He says, Mum, Google.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he'll say, Mum, YouTube. Like, they give you the process. He's like, me trying to, obviously he helps me with certain things, but it's so much easier to just jump on YouTube and there's somebody giving you a step-by-step process how to do anything. I have a friend who everything, it doesn't matter what it is that's gone in, if something, her fridge is broken, if her washing machine or anything, she goes onto YouTube and she just watches it, she finds out and she fixes it. I was just like, you're amazing, because I personally wouldn't do that, but I'd rather call someone, but she just loves it. She absolutely loves it. And I love that about her. So Right. So what was we saying? So it's right. So it's because of our unconscious beliefs that we do stop and don't take action. So like we said, really be aware of that. And it's not your fault. They can be identified and they can be reprogrammed. So we have something better where you don't need to identify the belief or name it. I think I might even have to say that part again because I don't know if I said it clearly. So basically, we've got unidentified thoughts in our subconscious mind. Now, there's clearing processes that we can use that clear out this thought process. And when I say like our thoughts come from our ancestors, even from from generation after generation, and a lot of our thoughts are not actually our thoughts; they're just thoughts that have been gathered from around us. And from our birth, from everything we hear from our parents, from teachers, from other children who are being programmed by their parents. And it's not that your parents are horrible, or you just don't know what you don't know at the end of the day. And this stuff wasn't taught to us. So, but there is a way that you can actually clear this stuff out of your mind, out of your subconscious, and have a clearer way. Let's say you can actually clear it so it's gone, and actually put in programming new empowering thoughts instead. And I think that's really powerful because you can have empowering thoughts. You can find them. You can, if you didn't know how to do it, you could jump online and find out different thoughts that you could think, right? Or you can ask people. But this particular clearing technique is something that I learned probably about a year ago now, maybe a little bit longer, about a year and a half ago now. And when I first heard it, I was like, wow, really? We can do this? It really hit my heart, and it really spoke to my spirit. And that's why I took so much notice of it. And it's called the Ho'oponopono. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. I know Melissa practices the Ho'oponopono. We just had a conversation about it the other day, and she said, it's been reunited in her and she's loving using it again. And it really is something you feel different with. I'll tell you a quick story behind the Ho'oponopono and where it's come from. And it's a clearing technique from Hawaii. So there was a particular doctor called Dr. Hugh Len, and he was called into a practice, to a place in Hawaii for mentally ill patients. They asked him to come in to help out because they were really to a point where they were being strapped up because they were very mentally ill. They were people that had been rapists, people that had actually hurt other people in a really bad way. And Dr. Hewlin had got there, and he was going through all the patients and having a look at what everybody had done. And he was like he felt anger towards what he was reading from each patient. He couldn't believe what these people had done to other people or what they'd just generally done out in the world. And he was feeling absolutely like anger, frustration, rage, every negative feeling, he was feeling it. And then he realized that actually he's feeling those emotions. So he stopped and thought about it, and he's got this practice that he does. And this is where he started to really implement this practice. So he realized that what he's reading and what is his reaction. So he then thought to himself, everything is an attraction and everything is part of us. So if he's seeing this, what is in me that's attracted this to me? What, like, if I'm reading this and I'm seeing this and I'm in this space, what's in me? There must be something in me for me to be experiencing this in the first place. So he started using this particular practice called Ho'oponopono, and it's I'm sorry. And it's basically saying, I'm sorry, I was unaware of the feelings I have inside me. Please forgive me for not knowing that these were here. I don't know where they've come from, but I'm sorry that they're here. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. Thank you for clearing this out of me. And I love you. And I love you to myself, to the world, to the divine, to my higher self, however you want to say it, to the universe, to God. So he completely kept on repeating this. And while repeating this, and he didn't actually meet the patients and work with them. What he'd done was he just kept on clearing on himself and clearing out these feelings that he was feeling and the thought process that he was having. So he continuously done this all day, every day. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Now there's a deeper understanding behind each one. And I encourage you guys to, I can put something at the end of this presentation to give you a breakdown, a bit more of a breakdown to it. But anyway, while doing this, within 3 months, he healed all the patients within the ward. Now, that sounds pretty crazy and like probably sounds not true, but it's true because everything comes from within. Whatever you're watching this right now, it's because there's something in you to hear what I'm saying, hear what Melissa's saying, to read what you're reading. Everything is a reflection. It's a mirror reflection. So that's why we say take responsibility for everything, because it's all to do with ourselves. But, you know, within 3 months, people were actually being released from this mentally ill ward. And I find that just so fascinating that I started to use it. And I've been able to, I won't go into stories today, but on another one, we can go into a few stories of what, you know, what I've experienced. But yeah, it's just something that it will help clear the limiting beliefs. And you don't need to know what those beliefs are. You don't have to identify them. You feel the feeling of what it is you're feeling. And then you say, I'm sorry to feeling this. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I love you. And like I said, I'll put some more stuff at the end so you can get a full understanding of it. But yeah, just thought I'd share that with you because I find it extremely powerful and a really good way to clear limiting beliefs. So, yeah.
Yeah, that feels so good. The I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Just saying it over and over and like releasing, you know, as you do, like releasing, like you can almost just feel the release in your spirit. Everything's energy vibrating at a frequency. And life is all about the energy exchange of giving and receiving. In every interaction in life, we're giving and receiving energy. So it's so powerful when you realize that and understand that, and then hear that clearing. It's so powerful, so powerful.
Yeah, that's so true. And it feels, when you release, it feels so good, and you feel your vibration rise. You just that energy, right? It's like you can feel it. So it's, you know, it's about taking responsibility for everything that affects your state of being. It's the art of acceptance, forgiveness, and cleansing of the energies that you attract into your life.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
And it is, right? So it clears those limiting beliefs that are in our unconscious, subconscious. So I've just got something in my eye. How by sitting here? Yes, somehow. But whether you know it, oh dear, sorry. Whether you know it, I don't know how I attracted that one, but I did. Let's just get this out. Right, so whether you know them or not, but it helps clear it. And you don't need to, like I said, you don't need to specify the belief to clear and block it with the Ho'oponopono. You just need to feel it in some sort of emotion. Maybe it's frustration, maybe it's rage, maybe it's guilt, maybe it's dissatisfaction, maybe it's grief. It doesn't matter what it is, but you can feel it and you can heal it. And that's what the main point is. You can feel it, you can definitely heal it. So here's your action steps. So you're feeling the emotion and you're saying, as you feel it, you're saying inside yourself, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And I just wanted to point out, it doesn't have to be in any particular order. You can say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Whatever feels good to you, whatever flows through you is the way you can say it. And another thing, you don't even have to use all 4 phases. I mean, you can just tell yourself, you can just repeat to yourself, I love you. And because I love you is probably the 3 most powerful words you can say out there. I love you. You can't feel bad when you say that. You know, that you're not going to have a negative reaction to I love you. Somebody comes up to you and says, I love you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to go, I don't like you. Well, you might do, but
I love you. Yeah. Feels so good. I love you.
yeah, I love you. So believe in yourself, know your worth, and keep on going and live your dream. If you can see it in your mind's eye, you can
Yes.
think it, you can live it. I promise you, we are living our dream right now, myself
Yeah.
and Melissa.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
We are living. We both had a vision. This is what we wanted to do in our lives. We wanted
Yeah.
to be able to express these teachings, and we're doing it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a dream where you're flying, you know. It's this is a dream come true for us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a fairy airy kind of thing where people think this is big, massive thing is a dream. No, this here, right this second, we're living our dream. So
Yeah, and enjoying every part of that process, you know, of manifesting your desires. You know, the like you were saying, Anthea, like getting excited about all the things throughout the days. Like, you know, I love the creative process. So embrace, like I get excited about the creative process and embracing the everyday moments, you know, with joy and passion and excitement, believing that you can have, do, or be anything. 17 years ago, my life was a hot mess. And, you know, I finally asked a new question: what can I do to change my life? Coming across the law of attraction teachings changed everything. As I began to apply them in my life, it became a way of living and existing. And that's the key, right? Like really living by the teachings, living believing that you can have, do, or be anything, living believing in yourself, and trusting and knowing and opening up your heart and your spirit to embrace this experience of living.
and in time you watch the process change. You watch every day becomes like, you know, it could just be one thing in a day, or you might have a day where nothing actually happens and you can feel like, oh, why isn't nothing happening? But you can, when you look back and you think 17 years ago to what your life was then, what it is today, you can make this massive comparison, like, wow. So all those little things in between that you've done day to day to day to day to day amounts to what it is today. But you couldn't see it at the time, right? It's like planting a seed. You plant a seed, and as long as you keep watering it, I mean, you won't see the seed sprout straight away.
Right.
Right?
You got to
So
keep
it's
watering it and let it get the sun. Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And like anything you plant, it doesn't just appear. And you don't stand on top of the soul, like jumping up and down. Why have you not come through yet? You just don't do it, right? You just kind of, you have patience. You keep nurturing it. You keep watering it. You keep, like, you know, like a lot of people say, speak to your plants as well. You know, like you watch the difference when you talk to your plants. You give them the good morning, or you know, you watch the difference with your plants. So I mean, I think I've just gone off the track there.
No, I think you're right on. You're right on track, because honestly, like you plant the seed, you water it, and then you let it be. You get back to living life now, like living life joyfully now, and
loving it regardless.
Yeah, and it eventually it's going to pop through that soil. The things you're desiring are going to manifest into your life when you're applying the teachings in your spirit and in your life.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's time to align. We're on the receiving side. It's time to align your thoughts and emotions and create. Open up and welcome in with the ease and flow. The feeling good. You have asked. You have asked. Learn to. You've learned to clear yourself, your unconscious beliefs. You've got tips that you can use there that have been standing in your way. Release impatience. Open up. To be in the allowing and receiving mode, knowing it's on its way. Just let it go. Just ask and release. Just let it be. You know you've asked, and you can just open up and let it be. So So renewing your mind and embracing new thought patterns and that support you will empower you to live a life you love. And you see the picture you see here. It's amazing because I used to dream of being able to walk down something like this daily, and I do this daily now. I'm living that
That's
dream,
awesome.
right? And I
Yeah.
remember listening to hypnosis that were putting me into a state of being at the beach and walking. Please remind me what these things are called. I've just gone blank. Where you walk down
Like a
on the beach.
boardwalk.
Like, is that what they're
Boardwalk.
called? Yeah, let's call
Yeah.
it that. But in the hypnosis, used to say, you know, you're walking down this on the beach and imagine this and imagine that. And then one day I was walking and I was here and I had it in my ears and I said, wow, I'm living what you are telling me. I'm
Yeah.
doing it while Steve G. Jones is in my ears.
Yeah.
I'm not having to lie down in my bed and listen and pretend. I'm doing exactly what he was saying in real life. Now, if
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
living your dreams, I don't know what is,
Yeah.
you know? I was like, when I come to that realization, I was like, wow, this is so cool. I literally used to dream about this, lie in my bed, listening to Steve G. Jones, programming my subconscious mind to say, this is, you know, you're on the beach, and as you're walking, you can see, I know it all, I know it off by heart, like a little old man's on the side, you've got two children playing on the other side, you're barefooted, holding your shoes in your hand. And I was actually just a few weeks ago living that myself. And I was,
That's awesome.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is awesome. Absolutely
Best
awesome.
feeling.
Best
And
feeling.
anyone out here can achieve that. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
And look, it doesn't matter what you come from. It
Yeah.
really, the
True.
past is the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
It really is the past. Doesn't matter what's happened. You can start right now and start being
Yeah.
aware, start changing what you're thinking. Start from the morning. Question yourself throughout the day. Stop and think. Ask yourself, how do you feel? How am I feeling today? What is going on inside me? Use the Ho'oponopono. Just keep saying to yourself, if you're feeling that guilt, you're feeling that anxiety, just say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And just flip it over, find other things that you can say, ask better questions, you know, ask the universe. No, you don't even have to say it to the universe, you don't have to use the word universe, you just ask him to whatever it is you believe, you know, believe whatever it is you choose to believe. It's like no one's here to judge in any way, and it doesn't matter. It's just whatever you resonate with, whatever aligns with you and feels good to you. So focus on that gratitude, focus on the feeling of fun, and go out and have fun.
Yeah.
You know, people, I remember when my children were little and would go to people, like anyone, how can I say, people, like my kids' friends would come round and they want to jump on, like the kids want to jump on the bed. I used to let them do it because to me it was like they're having fun. I don't care. Like I know that people think, whatever it is, for me, I've been very open with my children. I let them do, like I'm very, just as long as you're having fun, I don't care. I just want to see smiles on your faces. If that means jumping on your bed until I get out the trampoline, and then I got a trampoline and we can transfer the bed, we can now get on the trampoline instead. And, you know, but it's all about having fun, whatever you can do. Like we said at the beginning, it's the game of life. So focus on the feeling of satisfaction, love and bless everything and everyone, open to the divine inspiration and opportunities, and get ready to take that inspired action. And making yourself available and connected within your being, from meditation, from taking that time out, your awareness. Make space for the car in your driveway.
Yeah.
Move the clothes on, to one side of the drawer, for fun, to get ready for the lover that you've always wanted.
Yes.
Like make that space for him or her. Keep money on the side of the dresser or in your pocket to have the feeling of it. And the more you can feel it, the better it comes to you. So yeah, say thank you in advance is another one. Just, you know, be thankful for what you have or what you've asked for, because being thankful, appreciative, grateful It's everything that you're literally, you're putting yourself in that energy field and you're feeling it now. And the universe doesn't know no different, actually. It actually doesn't know no different. If you are saying thank you for something, even though you haven't received it yet, the universe will bring it to you because you're saying thank you. So it knows no different. It's just working on your energy, not it's literally working on your energy field. Whatever is coming out from the thought process and from your spirit, from your soul, what your energy, it's bringing back to you. So yeah, so take the leap of faith and act on inspiration. Believe that money comes easily and frequently in abundance from so many new sources often, and say thank you. And we thank you for being here today. And another action step again is to every day spend at least 5 minutes writing down what you are grateful for. As you can see, that's my house that I've just ordered to the left-hand side here.
I love
I
that.
love it.
So beautiful.
Love it. Thanking in advance as if we've received is a powerful practice, as we just said. Feel what it feels like to receive that money, what the relationship you want, the job you want, the house you want. Just feel it all in advance. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that has taken the time out to be here to listen, whether you're here. If you're on replay, please do hashtag replay. If you're here live, send us a hi, let us know any questions you have. And over to you, Melissa, my darling.
Yeah, that was so powerful. So many great points. And we literally could spend so much time talking about all of it, right? There's so much to understand and apply, and so many fun ways to apply, so many ways to welcome in ease and flow in the release and identifying blocks and releasing what's holding you back or weighing you down. So no matter where you're at on your path, we're here. We're super excited that you've joined us and to connect with you. And we're going to pop an offer in the comments for anyone that is feeling the call to go deeper and really understand and apply, the teachings to experience a new way of living life. And yeah, we have way too much fun connecting and exchanging energy, and that feels so good. We're not meant to be alone. We're not meant to be an island going through this life. So, we're meant to exchange energy, to support each other and encourage each other and lift each other up and grow through this experience together. And that feels so good, right?
Absolutely.
It feels so good. I have grown so much connecting with you, and I've felt my vibration rise to new levels too, or reignite. I don't know. It feels so good though. And so we're going to welcome you into this positive vibe with us and go deeper. And we also have some free gifts we're going to pop in the comments for you as well. So whatever is, feeling good for you, we welcome you to pop your questions, anything that you want to share that you've manifested. And I know we've covered a lot, so this will be in the group. You can listen to it again, and feel free to share it out, press replay and hashtag replay if you're joining after this session has aired. Thank you, Anthea, for the beautiful
you're welcome. I was just going to say, we've got we're going to, like Melissa was just saying, we're going to pop some stuff in below just to let you courses that you can do that can take you to next levels. But I think the most exciting one for me that I wanted to really just go a little bit deeper into was the 3-day masterclass that we're offering. We have a 3-day masterclass starting on the 19th of April. It's 2 p.m. Eastern time, which will be 7 p.m. The GMT time. And that is actually, we're going to put the link below for that. We're actually offering it today for just $197. Normally that would normally go for around $697, but we're doing it for $197, and we've got the most amazing tips and tricks that you can apply daily, We're going to have lots of fun. It's going to be for an hour long on the Monday, the 19th, on Tuesday, the 20th. I think if I just got that right, I think, is it the 19th?
I believe so. Yeah. And that Monday,
19th,
Tuesday, Thursday.
and then Thursday. Yes.
Yeah.
So if that feels good to you to come on board, please do come on board. We'll drop the link below. So you can just sign up. We'll give you exactly the sign up link that you can go to, and we would love to be able to take you to the next level so you can watch yourself and everything you've asked for start manifesting in your life too. It's a lot of fun. We've put some really great things together. We really have. And actually, in part of that offer, should you take that offer today, and that offer, and what we'll do is I'll email you. There's one of the courses we're going to put below, which is a 5-day course called Reset Your Mindset. I'm actually going to throw that in there for free. Thank you for coming on board and trusting us to take you through the process. So yes, that's worth $47, but we're going to give it to you for free. And also we'll have the link for Reset Your Mindset. We're giving you that today for just $19.99. And there's also another course in there called Your Law. It's the practical guide to applying the law of attraction. And that's a 6-step process that you can take, which is $37. And we have one more that is called Abundantly You. I think I'm going to ask Melissa about the price of this because I've just gone blank. But all of that is for you guys to be able to take whichever one feels good to you and start, not saying that you're not doing things for yourself right now, but it's always good to co-create, always good to come together and do the best that we can do together. And we can help you along that journey, and we would love to have you on board with us. So over to Melissa to tell you about Abundantly You, and I'll be quiet for a minute.
I could listen to you all day, sweetie. I love it. So yeah, super excited. I created a starter course for becoming abundantly you. And it's about reconnecting within and, coming home to yourself, starting right where you are, and starting from a place of love for your being and applying the law of attraction teachings as well, and how it works through you. So that's also going to be thrown in as a bonus if you sign up for our 3-day masterclass. But you can also purchase it for $29.99. So we have something for every budget. We have plenty of free material in this group, in the guides. This will be added to the guides as well. If you journal along being in this group, you can literally change your life. If you apply what you learn through being in this group and everything we're all sharing, you literally can manifest your dreams coming true. If you want to speed that up, jump in this masterclass with us and have some fun. It's about joining a tribe of people going forward in life to call in what they desire, believe they can have it, and welcome it in. And there's going to be so many other bonuses. We will put the details in down below, but yeah, super excited for this class. I know it's going to be a good time. We're going to be welcoming you into a private small group to, exchange energy together and really just show up. And we will be supporting you going live with weekly Q&As and, really fully supporting you in applying the teachings on a next level. So super excited about that. And what we're putting together feels amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if it's something that you want to go for and you want to go for the masterclass, then please do drop in the comments. We'll send you a direct message. We'll put you part of a part of the small group. And like Melissa just said, we'll be supporting you all the way through. So any questions we can answer throughout. And we're just looking to have a lot of fun. So come and join us. Come and join us for a nice 3 days of pure learning, applying, and changing your life. Whether it's in business, whether it's personal, whether it's something in particular you want to focus on, we're there to help make it happen. So yes, on that note, I'm going to say thank you everybody for listening.
Yes.
Lots of love. And Melissa, thank you so much for being you, for connecting, for taking the time with me to do this, for both of us. It's just been an absolute pleasure, and I love you and I love everybody, and thank you.
Yes, same here. Thanks for playing, and it has been so fun, and I'm excited for all that is and is to come. Sending out so much love to everyone out here, and expecting great things with and for you all always. We'll see you soon.
See you later. Bye.
All right, we are off live.